Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Wine Library TV. I'm your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. Today we'll be talking about a grape. A lonely, lonely grape since Hollywood bashed it a couple years ago. Our good friend, the Merlot. Merlot hit the scenes hard in the late 80s, early 90s, and came really out of nowhere to become America's favorite grape for 4 or 5 years. Then calmed down because the prices exploded, but then, after Sideways, it's just tanked. It's amazing to me how much that movie has affected sales, not only for Pinot Noir, but for Merlot. And Merlot deserves a little bit of credit. Listen, I am not the biggest Merlot fan, but let's start with this. Chateau Petrus is a Merlot. And really, that's all I have to say if you're a wine nerd. You know, the reality is that some of the best wines in the world are Merlot. And you know what? You can't judge everything or everybody or every grape the same way. So let's talk about a very special Merlot. Our buying power here at Wine Library enables us to sometimes come up with some pretty interesting things, and this is one of the more interesting things we've come up with in a long time. We found this beautiful, beautiful Merlot, Snowquami 2002 Reserve Merlot, a few months back. We made a deal and just got it in yesterday. This is the Reserve, the Joy Anderson Reserve. Now, the reason I point that out is because Joy Anderson is a remarkable winemaker. She is world class. She was one of the first winemakers in all of Washington State. When she started at Chateau Ste. Michelle in 1981, she was one of only 24 wineries that were out there, and she was one of a handful of winemakers out there. So she's a legend in Washington State. And Washington State produces some of the great Merlots in the world. The Columbia Valley has great, great weather conditions for Merlot. Well, anyway, she went on to Columbia Crest in '84 after Ste. Michelle, and then she went to Snowquami, which ironically is one of the first premium producers in Washington State starting in 1991. What makes this wine a little bit special is that it is a 2000 vintage, so it's got a little bit of aging on it. And that's fun. That's really what attracted me to the wine, that and the quality. So it just came in, so we're going to pop it. I want people to try Merlots. Now, don't go out there and try every Merlot, because unlike the other things I've been talking about in the episodes, there's a lot of bad Merlot. So you got to really know your Merlot. It'd be great if you can go to in-store tastings and try them. It'd be great if you trust somebody to ask. But you should definitely not shy away from them. They're a little bit lighter than cabs, but they've got great fruit, and they've got a lot of interesting aspects to it that other wines don't offer. And so I think it's gotten a bad rap, and I think the momentum of it, it's really like a mountain climbing, and they've just shot down. But I definitely want to stop the bleeding, maybe, and talk about this wonderful wine. So, I'm not wearing white today, so you won't be able to see the color quite as well. And we will continue to work to figure out how to do the color. This is, it's a dark red. It's not on the black side. It's got a little bit of ruby color to it. Very exotic nose. Very nice nose. Raspberry and cassis. A little bit of bark, which is oak, but you know it's not over the top. Tremendous integration of acidity and complexity and fruit. I'm really impressed with that. I'm going to do an episode on black and red fruit. It's something a lot of people in the industry talk about, winemakers especially, that is not talked about at all. And I will be doing an episode, and this has great black fruit. Blackberries, blueberries, as opposed to cherries, strawberries. It's not too complex. But it's something interesting, and we'll do something on that soon. Great long finish, great nose, wonderful wine. You know, again, suggested retail like $30, and that's probably where it's at, and that's what makes me excited about the price we were able to offer. But getting away from the commerce aspect, Merlot deserves a chance. A Merlot like this would go great. I mean, much better than a Cabernet with like a lamb shank. Would go great with a light fillet, not too much pepper because, you know, kind of just like a plain fillet, because as you get too many more spices, you need a Zinfandel or something like that to cut through. But this would go tremendous with that. What I like about this is a great red wine with Gruber or salmon or what have you, so sea bass. And so it gives you an option. I mean, a lot of people use Pinot Noir, but this gives a little bit more oomph to it if you're looking for the body. I will tell you this. I never thought that I would ever be doing a piece on promoting Merlot. In my early days in the industry, I bashed it. But it's quite interesting to me. What I believe today, and what I hope, if nothing else from today's episode, you get is stop judging a book by its cover. Go out there and try different things. Try one of everything. Listen to people you trust. Try as many different things. Go to tastings. Go to vineyards. Try wine. That's what it's all about for me, and I hope for you. I mean, scores are great and they're important, but there's so much more to wine. And I will tell you that I'm really happy with the comments I've been getting. I want more. I can use more. I know we can do a better job. I hope that you're sharing this video with other people. Send it out. That'd be great. I'd feel happy about that. And most importantly, try wine. Try different wines. That's what it's about. See you next time.